Hey everyone, EDH Magic back, and it's time to continue on our Oloro Ageless Ascetic deck with the instants. I have them separated by what they do and by converted mana cost, so let's begin. First up we have Dark Ritual. 1 black to get 3 black. Simple as that. Lets you get a Phyrexian Arena out turn 1. Lets you do a lot of stuff. It's a really good card. It lets you get black. You can print it on Isochron Scepter and get black if you're short on that in your hand. Next up, we're going to get to our counter spells. So starting with the CMC 1 counter spells, we have Swan Song. 1 blue, counter target enchantment, instant, or sorcery spell. Its controller puts a 2/2 blue bird creature token with flying onto the battlefield. Excellent, excellent, excellent. You can hold up 1 blue to get rid of an instant enchantment or sorcery spell so you can do other stuff on your turn. Very good counterspell. A 2/2 bird's not going to kill you. You should usually be able to deal with it later with one of your rats or anything like that. So, great counterspell. After that, we have counterspell. 2 blue. Counter target spell. Really great counterspell. I wish it was a mana drain. That's the second best counterspell in my opinion. Mana drain's the best. Don't own one, but once I do get one, it will be added to the deck and replace probably like a negate or something like that. So counterspell. Next up, negate. Counter target non-creature spell. Really good card. Next up, Remand. Counter target spell. If it is countered this way, put it into that owner's hand instead of the player's graveyard. Draw a card. So it lets you draw a card while getting rid of a big threat for at least a turn. Next up is Cancel. 3 mana counter target spell. Not as good as counter spell, but if we get Grand Arbiter Gusted on the battlefield, it is just a counter spell. So it's a solid card, and it counters anything, so it's really good. Then Void Shatter. I would prefer Dissipate in the deck, but I just don't know where mine are at. Been searching for a while, but what this one is basically 1 and 2 blue counter target spell. But if it's countered from this card, exile instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. Dissipate does the same thing, except it's not devoid, so you can pay 2 instead of 3 if you have Grand Arbiter out. This you still have to pay 3 since it's devoid. And then Summary Dismissal, new addition from Eldritch Moon. 2 and 2 blue, exile all other abilities and counter exile all other spells and counter all abilities. So basically, it lets you counter uncounterable stuff. It exiles the uncounterable stuff. And it lets you counter all abilities, so if they're going to cycle something, or like Decree of Pain or anything like that, you can go ahead and counter that ability. Cryptic Command, classic counter spell, 1 and 3 blue. Choose 2, counter target spell, return target permanent to its owner's hand, tap all creatures to your opponent's control, and draw a card. So it can keep you alive, you can bounce something annoying, and draw you a card, and of course just counter a straight up spell. One of the more versatile counter spells in Magic. Really great card. And a new addition from Kaladesh, Insidious Will. 2 and 2 blue. Choose 1, counter target spell. Or you may choose new targets for target spell. Or copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Really solid. It's a good card. I like it. And I think this one's going to stay in the deck. Next up is just going to be our card draw. This is Limdul's Vault. What this lets you do, I know it's got a book of text right there. What this lets you do for a blue-black, look at the top 5 cards of your library. As many times as you choose. You may pay 1 life to put the top 5 at the bottom of your library to look at a new top 5. Keep doing that until you find a top 5 you like. Then go ahead and shuffle, keep those 5 aside, shuffle the rest of your deck, and then put those 5 on top in any order. Really solid card. Sphinx's Revelation, 2 blue and a white, and X. Gain X life, draw X cards. Do this with Alhamra's Archive out, you're golden. Dig Through Time, 6 and 2 blue with Delve. So you can exile a card from your graveyard to pay for 1. You can exile cards from your graveyard to pay for each colorless mana. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put 2 of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. And then removal. So we got Path to Exile. Pay a white, exile target creature. Its controller may search his or her library for a basic land, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and shuffle his or her library. Swords to Plowshares. Pay 1 white, exile target creature. Its controller gains life equal to its power. Cyclonic Rift. Pay 1 and a blue. Return target non-land permanent you don't control to its owner's hand. You can overload it for 6 and a blue to return all non-land permanents you don't control to its owner's hand. One-sided board wipe, really. Oblation. 2 and a white. The owner of target non-land permanent shuffles it into his or her library, then draws 2 cards. Hero's Downfall. 1 and 2 black. Destroy target creature or planeswalker at instant speed. Anguished Unmaking. 1 and a white black. Exile target non-land permanent. You lose 3 life, but it's instant speed. Utter End. 2 and a white black. Exile target non-land permanent. Just like Anguished Unmaking, except a little more expensive. Then our tutor package. Mystical Tutor. Search for an instant or sorcery. Reveal it. Put it on the top of your library. Enlightened Tutor. Search for an artifact or enchantment. Reveal that, and then put it on top of your library. Vampiric Tutor. Search your library for a card, then shuffle your library and put that card on top of it. You lose 2 life. So that's all the instants and sorceries in the deck. A bit of counter spells, a lot of removal. That's what we're trying to do. So to control the board and make sure that we're on top. So next time we're going to go over our sorceries, and then that'll be the deck. We will be done. So I'll see you next time.